Compound interest is often described as a magical path to wealth, but what if everything you've heard is only half the story? Today we're going to break away from the usual talk and dig into what really makes compound interest tick, and why for many it feels like they're not getting anywhere. From a young age we're told to invest and let our money work for us. It sounds simple, but the reality is far more complex. Let's explore why the promise of compound interest sometimes falls short and what you need to know to truly benefit. When I got my first paycheck, I followed the advice, start investing early. But soon after I faced a shock that most people never mention. The numbers didn't add up as quickly as I'd hoped. This is a common experience. Many start with high hopes only to feel disappointed when their investments don't seem to grow fast enough. It's not just about willpower or discipline. There's a deeper truth behind how compound interest works. Let's look at a real-life example to understand this better. Meet Marcos. At 25, he was determined to save and invest. He lived frugally, skipped luxuries, and managed to invest $200 every month. After 10 years, he checked his account and saw $44,000. Instead of feeling proud, he was disappointed. He had followed all the rules, living below his means and investing consistently. So where did he go wrong? Marcos's story is a powerful example of how the reality of compound interest can differ from our expectations, especially when starting with small amounts. Marcos was trying to start an avalanche with just a handful of snow. Compound interest doesn't reward willpower alone, it multiplies mass. Whether you invest $1 or $100,000, the math is the same, but the results are vastly different. The real magic happens when you have a significant amount to start with. For many, the slow growth in the beginning can be discouraging, but it's a crucial part of the journey. Understanding this helps set realistic expectations. Despite his disappointment, Marcos didn't give up. He got a new job and kept investing, though at a lower rate, $50 a month. Another 10 years passed and he checked his account again. The frustration returned. After 20 years of disciplined investing, he had saved about $300,000. It felt like a huge effort for a modest result. This is a common feeling for many long-term investors who start with small amounts and expect rapid growth. Marcos realized a tough lesson. Money only truly works for you if you start with a decent amount. The magic of compound interest only kicks in when the numbers add up. Starting early and being disciplined are important, but without enough capital, the results can be underwhelming. However, there's another piece to the puzzle that Marcos overlooked: patience. He gave up too soon and missed out on the real power of compounding over time. Marcos had left his $300,000 invested for just 10 more years. It would have grown to $1,100,000. Another decade would have turned it into $3,600,000, generating over $36,000 a month. The lesson: time is a critical factor in wealth building. Without patience, you may never see the full benefits of compound interest. For those without much capital, patience is the only way to let time work its magic. So how do the richest people speed up their wealth building even if they start late? The answer lies in understanding and leveraging the three key factors of compound interest: interest rate, time, and capital. In this video, we'll explore practical tips to make compound interest work for you even if you're starting with little money. It's not easy, but it's far from impossible. Let's dive into the first factor: interest rates. Imagine three people: Renato, Fernanda, and Lucas. Renato prefers fixed income with an 8% annual return. Fernanda takes more risk with real estate funds earning 11%. Lucas invests in a diversified stock portfolio averaging 14% returns. They each contribute $500 a month for 30 years. The difference in their final wealth is staggering. Renato ends up with $404,000, Fernanda with $1.2 million, and Lucas with $2.3 million. Just a few percentage points in returns make a massive difference over time. Now imagine if Lucas had earned just 1% more, 15% instead of 14%. His final wealth would jump to $2.8 million, $500,000 more with only a slight increase in returns. This demonstrates the exponential power of compound interest. Small improvements in your investment returns can lead to huge differences in your long-term wealth. That's why it's so important to pay attention to where you invest and seek out opportunities for higher, sustainable returns. Shift the scenario. This time Renato starts investing at 18, putting in $500 a month at a 12% annual return until he's 65. Fernanda starts at 25, invests $1,000 a month until 65. Lucas starts even later at 30. Who ends up with more? Surprisingly, Lucas, who invested the least overall, finishes with the most, over $10 million. This shows that time combined with the right strategy can have a dramatic impact on your final results. How did Lucas, who invested less, end up with more? The answer is time. The longer your money is invested, the more it can grow. Compound interest rewards those who give their investments time to multiply. But starting early isn't everything. You also need to invest enough and earn solid returns. The right combination of time, capital, and interest rate is what truly unlocks the power of compounding. There's a saying: the mill doesn't turn with a weak wind. In investing, the wind is your capital. To really benefit from compound interest, you need to invest a meaningful amount. Let's look at Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors. His fortune is a testament to the power of combining high returns, time, and significant capital. Buffett started young and with a decent amount, which made all the difference. Buffett achieved annual returns between 20% and 30% for decades, an extraordinary feat. If you invested $500 a month at those rates for 40 years, you'd have over $200 million, yet still far behind Buffett. Why? Because he started at age 11 already earning and investing. By 13, his income was equivalent to $80 a day today. Starting young and with a decent amount gave him a massive head start. It's like tossing a huge rock into a lake. The waves are much bigger. Time alone causes small changes, but when combined with a large starting amount, the impact multiplies. Many believe that simply waiting and being consistent is enough, but the real equation requires all three variables: interest, time, and capital. If one is missing, the miracle doesn't happen. Compound interest is not just about patience, it's about strategy and making all parts work together. If you focus only on saving more or investing better without building enough capital, you're just padding your savings account, not creating real wealth. Buffett became a billionaire by combining high returns, time, and significant capital. Now that you understand how these three factors work together, let's see how the wealthy use them to their advantage. Most people save $50 a month, hopping for magic in 40 years. The rich invest $50,000 all at once. This leapfrogs decades of slow growth. It's called leveraging capital. Imagine two gardeners, one plants a seed and waits, the other transplants a full-grown tree and harvests fruit the next season. Both are investing, but only one enjoys the rewards quickly. That's why the wealthy use bonuses, business profits, inheritances, and tax refunds as starting fuel. Wealthy understand that time multiplies money, and the bigger your starting amount, the faster your wealth grows. Investing small amounts is not bad, it builds the right habits. But let's be honest, $50 or $100 a month won't change your life. To see real results, you need to invest more. This may be uncomfortable, but it's the truth. Professionals like surgeons, programmers, and entrepreneurs can invest larger amounts and see faster growth. Those who grow their wealth quickly often do so by building skills, businesses, or side projects that generate capital. Once you reach a critical mass, compound interest becomes a turbo engine. Ask yourself, what skill, service, or product could boost your income by 20% this year? That extra cash isn't just for today, it's the foundation for your future wealth. Let's talk about how to move from where you are to that game-changing amount. Before you can reap the rewards, you need a strategy. The first step is consistency. Here are 4 strategies to get started. First, increase your income by investing in courses or certifications that boost your market value. Second, cut unnecessary expenses, cancel unused subscriptions, renegotiate bills, and sell things you don't need. Third, create alternative income streams like a side business or freelance work. Fourth, invest any extra money you receive, like bonuses or tax refunds. Next step is to protect what you've built. Compound interest falls apart if you lose your main capital. Warren Buffett's golden rule is never lose money. Wealthy people safeguard their assets with tax planning, diversification, real estate, solid investments, and multiple income streams. They prefer steady 10% growth over risky 25% returns that could lead to big losses. Steady growth adds up, while volatility can wipe out years of progress. As your wealth grows, you need to protect it from taxes, inflation, and unnecessary risks. Every dollar you save is another step toward financial security. Wealthy individuals use strategies like diversification and tax planning to ensure their wealth isn't eroded by unexpected events. This careful approach helps them maintain and grow their assets over time, making compound interest work in their favor. Most powerful engine of multiplication is you. Your skills can grow faster than your investments if you keep learning. Picking up new abilities like persuasive writing, negotiation, or programming can double your income in less than a year. That extra cash becomes your seed for future investments. Almost every self-made millionaire started by investing in themselves before putting money into assets. Learning how to create value is the ultimate wealth-building strategy. A single skill can boost your income for decades, something no investment can do on its own. Before putting money into assets, consider investing in a course or training that could change your life. The right skill can open doors to new opportunities and higher earnings, providing the capital you need to make compound interest work for you in the long run. Hard work has its limits, but systems don't. Systems like rental properties, automated stores, digital products, and well-organized agencies are built once and then keep paying off. If you only make money when you work, your growth is limited. But if you create assets that generate income while you sleep, compound interest works for you around the clock. Systems take effort to set up, but once running, they multiply your wealth and speed up your journey to financial freedom. It's tough to accept, but starting with small investments means slow financial returns. The numbers don't lie. Small contributions, even with consistency, can take 40, 50, or even 60 years to build enough wealth to live off your investments. This frustrates many people because the promise of compound interest sounds magical, but in reality, it requires significant capital or a lot of time. If you want to speed things up, you need to boost your income and contribute more. That's the reality for those who want to reap the rewards of compound interest early, but not everyone can invest large sums right away, and that's okay. There's another way, longer but just as powerful: patience. If you can't contribute much now, give it time and stay consistent. Discipline, consistency, and patience are the 3 pillars for those starting from scratch. They don't promise quick riches, but they guarantee real growth over time. The key is not to quit halfway. If you plant just a little and give up early, you'll never harvest anything. But if you keep at it, watering and waiting, you'll eventually harvest a whole forest. Anyone who plants with intention, even if it's slow, and keeps taking care of their investments will one day see the results. The journey may be long, but the rewards are real. Compound interest is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term strategy that requires commitment and care. Stay focused, keep learning, and let time do its work. You've made it this far. You now see compound interest in a more realistic light. It's not about magic or shortcuts, but about understanding the real factors that drive wealth: interest, time, and capital. Whether you start big or small, the key is to stay consistent, keep learning, and never give up halfway. With the right mindset and strategy, anyone can harness the true power of compound interest and build lasting wealth.